What if I told you that not everyone walking this earth is living the same kind of life? Not everyone feels the same pull, the same weight, or the same knowing. Some people are here for something much bigger, something the rest of the world might never fully comprehend. You've felt it, haven't you? That unshakable sense that you're different, that your life is tied to a deeper purpose, that you're not just here to exist, but to fulfill something extraordinary. This isn't a coincidence. It's not your imagination. It's the mark of the chosen. And today I want to share 5 truths that only you, the chosen ones, will truly understand. These truths aren't just ideas, they're experiences that have shaped your life in ways you can't always explain but have always felt. They're the core of why you've been set apart and the key to unlocking your mission. By the end of this, you won't just understand these truths, you'll feel them awaken something deep within you.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons.
The first truth is this: you've been called to walk a path that others can't see. From a young age, you probably realized you didn't fit the mold. Maybe you felt out of place in school, in your family, or even in social circles. While others seemed content with the ordinary, you were always searching for something deeper, something more meaningful. You couldn't settle for surface-level answers because your soul demanded truth. But here's the thing: the chosen path is often invisible to those who aren't meant to walk it. This is why so many people don't understand you. They might label you as different, too intense, or even too sensitive. But let me ask you something: what if those very things people criticize about you are the exact traits that make you chosen? The second truth is tied to the first, and it's this: your struggles have been your greatest teachers. The chosen ones are often handed the heaviest burdens in life, not because the universe is cruel, but because it's preparing you for something extraordinary. Think about the moments in your life that brought you to your knees. The heartbreaks, the failures, the moments when you felt like giving up. Those weren't random. They were designed to shape you, to strip away everything that wasn't aligned with your higher purpose, and to awaken your true strength. And here's the part that most people don't understand: chosen ones don't just endure pain, they transform it. You take the darkness you've faced and turn it into light, not just for yourself but for others. So, let me ask you, what have your struggles been trying to teach you? What strength have they revealed within you that you didn't know you had? Now, here's the third truth, and it's one of the most powerful: you are deeply connected to the unseen. Call it intuition, divine guidance, or a higher knowing. You've always felt it. That voice inside you that whispers when something is right or wrong. That pull you feel when you're being guided towards something, even if you can't explain why. The chosen ones have a connection to the unseen realms that most people ignore or dismiss. You might have experienced synchronicities, those moments when everything seems to align perfectly, as if the universe is speaking directly to you. Or maybe you felt the presence of something greater, something sacred, watching over you. This connection isn't just a gift, it's your compass. It's how you navigate your path when the world feels confusing or overwhelming. But here's the challenge: are you listening to it? Are you trusting that inner voice? Or are you letting doubt and fear drown it out? The fourth truth is one that can feel both empowering and isolating: you are here to lead, not follow. Leadership isn't always about being in charge, it's about being willing to walk a path that others are afraid to take. It's about being the one who dares to ask the hard questions, to challenge the status quo, and to stand firm in your truth, even when it's unpopular. But let's be real, leadership can be lonely. There will be times when you feel like no one understands your vision, when the people around you can't see what you're building or why you're doing it. And that's okay, because being a chosen one means you're not here to follow the crowd, you're here to carve a new path. So, let me ask you, what is the path you're being called to create? And what would happen if you stopped waiting for others to understand it and started walking it boldly? Finally, the fifth truth is perhaps the most profound: you are here to awaken others. This is the heart of your mission. Everything you've been through, the pain, the growth, the lessons, has been preparing you to guide others toward their own awakening. Chosen ones are like lighthouses in the storm, shining a light that helps others find their way. But here's the thing: you can't awaken others if you're still hiding your light. You have to step fully into your power, into your truth, into your purpose. That's what inspires others, not your perfection, but your authenticity. So, let me leave you with this question: what part of your light have you been hiding, and what would happen if you finally let it shine? These 5 truths aren't just ideas, they're the foundation of who you are and why you're here. But understanding them is only the beginning. The next step is learning how to fully embody them, to live as the chosen one you were born to be. Now that you understand the 5 truths that define your journey as a chosen one, the question becomes, what will you do with them? Knowing you're chosen is not the end of the story, it's the beginning. You've been given gifts, but those gifts mean nothing if they stay dormant, buried beneath fear, self-doubt, or the distractions of the world. To live as a chosen one requires action. It requires courage. It requires stepping into your power, even when you feel like you're not ready. And here's the first thing you need to understand: you'll never feel fully ready. That's the paradox of being chosen. The universe doesn't wait for your confidence, it moves the moment you say yes. Let's start with your intuition, because this is one of the most powerful tools you've been given. Your intuition is like a spiritual GPS, constantly guiding you toward your higher purpose. But here's the catch: it doesn't shout, it whispers. And in a world full of noise, it's easy to miss those whispers or dismiss them as random thoughts. So how do you harness this gift? The first step is to create space for it. Chosen ones often feel the pull towards stillness, whether it's through meditation, journaling, or simply spending time in nature. These moments of quiet aren't just a break from the chaos, they're an opportunity to tune into your inner guidance. Let me ask you, when was the last time you gave yourself the space to truly listen? The answers you're seeking are already within you, but you have to be willing to pause and hear them. Once you've connected with your intuition, the next step is trust. And this is where many chosen ones struggle. Because let's be honest, trusting your intuition often requires you to take leaps of faith that don't make logical sense. It might mean walking away from something comfortable, saying yes to an opportunity that scares you, or following a path that others don't understand. But here's the thing: your intuition doesn't operate on logic, it operates on truth. And the more you trust it, the stronger it becomes. So, let me ask you, what leap of faith have you been avoiding? And what would happen if you finally trusted yourself enough to take it? Another gift that chosen ones possess is their ability to see beyond the surface. You have a way of sensing what others cannot, whether it's the energy in a room, the hidden emotions behind someone's words, or the deeper meaning behind seemingly random events. This gift is often referred to as discernment, and it's one of your greatest superpowers. But discernment isn't just about seeing, it's about choosing. It's about deciding what aligns with your mission and what doesn't. This means saying no to things that drain your energy, even if they seem appealing on the surface. It means letting go of relationships, habits, or environments that no longer serve your growth. And yes, it's hard. But remember, every time you say no to what doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your higher self. So ask yourself what in your life is out of alignment and what would shift if you had the courage to release it. Now, let's talk about transformation, because this is another gift that chosen ones carry. You've been through pain, loss, and challenges that might have broken someone else, but instead of breaking, you've transformed. You've taken those experiences and turned them into wisdom, strength, and compassion. And here's what makes this gift so powerful. It's not just for you. As a chosen one, your ability to transform isn't just about your own growth. It's about helping others do the same. You've been given the gift of healing, of guiding, of inspiring. But here's the question: are you using it? Or are you holding back, afraid that you're not ready, not qualified, or not worthy? Let me be clear, you don't have to be perfect to make an impact. In fact, it's your imperfections, your scars, and your authenticity that make you the most powerful. One of the most practical ways to harness this gift is by sharing your story. Think about the challenges you've overcome, the lessons you've learned, the moments that shaped you. Those experiences hold the power to inspire, heal, and awaken others. But only if you're willing to share them. So, let me ask you, what part of your story are you hiding, and what would happen if you finally shared it with the world? Stories have a way of creating connections, of reminding people that they're not alone. And as a chosen one, your story is one of the most powerful tools you have. Finally, let's talk about action, because all the gifts in the world mean nothing if you don't use them. Being chosen isn't about waiting for a perfect moment or a perfect plan. It's about taking imperfect action, trusting that each step will reveal the next. Maybe you felt the pull to start something, a project, a business, a movement, but you're waiting for everything to fall into place. Here's the truth: the path will never be fully clear, but that's the point. Chosen ones are meant to walk into the unknown, to trust that the universe will meet them halfway. So, let me ask you, what's one action you can take today, no matter how small, that moves you closer to your mission? Your gifts are not random. They were given to you for a reason, and the world needs them now more than ever. But it's up to you to use them, to trust them, to share them. The next part of this journey is about overcoming the barriers that hold you back: fear, doubt, and resistance, so you can step fully into your power. Even when you know you're chosen, even when you feel that burning purpose deep within your soul, there's something that holds you back, isn't there? That lingering weight, the voice that whispers, what if I fail? What if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if I'm wrong? Fear, doubt, and resistance are the invisible chains that keep even the most extraordinary people from stepping into their full power. But here's the truth: these chains aren't here to destroy you, they're here to test you. They're here to make you stronger. Let's start with fear. Fear is one of the oldest emotions we carry, designed to protect us from danger. But as a chosen one, fear doesn't just show up when your life is at risk, it shows up when your identity is at risk. It shows up when you dare to step into the unknown, when you challenge the systems and beliefs that everyone else accepts as normal. Fear tells you to stay small, stay safe, stay quiet. But here's something you need to understand: your fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal. But it's a sign that you're stepping into something bigger, something that matters. So, how do you overcome fear? You face it, not by waiting for it to go away, it won't, but by moving forward with it. Every time you take action in the face of fear, you weaken its grip. Think about a time in your life when you were terrified to do something, but you did it anyway. Maybe it was speaking up, walking away from something toxic, or taking a leap of faith. How did you feel afterward? Liberated? Empowered? The truth is, fear shrinks the moment you confront it. But here's the deeper question: what fear is currently standing between you and your mission? And what would happen if you decided to move forward despite it? Now let's talk about doubt, which is closely tied to fear but operates in a different way. Doubt doesn't scream at you, it whispers. It plants tiny seeds of uncertainty that grow over time. Am I really chosen? What if I'm just imagining this? What if I'm not ready? And here's the tricky part: doubt often masquerades as logic. It tells you to play it safe, to wait until you're more prepared, to gather more evidence before you take action. But here's the truth: doubt is a liar. It feeds on your insecurities and thrives in your hesitation. The antidote to doubt is belief, not blind belief, but belief rooted in your own experiences. Think back to the moments in your life when you felt undeniably connected to your purpose. Maybe it was a moment of synchronicity, a time when you trusted your intuition and everything fell into place, or a time when you felt guided by something greater. Those moments are your proof. Hold on to them. Write them down if you need to, because when doubt creeps in, you need to remind yourself you've been chosen, and you've already been given signs to prove it. So, let me ask you, what evidence of your purpose have you been ignoring? And how would your life change if you chose to believe in it fully? Finally, resistance. Resistance is the force that shows up every time you try to grow, to create, to step into your higher self. It's the procrastination that keeps you from starting, the distractions that pull you off course, the excuses that seem so reasonable but are really just fear in disguise. Resistance is tricky because it feels so real. I don't have time, I'm not ready, I'll start tomorrow. But here's the harsh truth: resistance is a thief. It steals your time, your energy, and your dreams, and it never gives them back. So how do you break through resistance? By taking action. Not perfect action, imperfect action. Start small. Start messy. Start scared. The key is to start. Because every time you act, no matter how small the step, you weaken resistance's hold on you. Let me give you an example. Imagine you've been feeling called to create something, a piece of art, a business, a message to share with the world, but you keep putting it off, waiting for the right moment. What if, instead of waiting, you took one small step today? Maybe it's writing down your idea. Maybe it's making a phone call. Maybe it's spending just 5 minutes working on it. That one tiny action creates momentum, and momentum is the enemy of resistance. But here's the deeper truth about resistance: the stronger it feels, the more important your mission is. Resistance doesn't show up for things that don't matter, it shows up when you're about to create something extraordinary. So, let me ask you, what is resistance trying to stop you from doing? And what would happen if you did it anyway? Fear, doubt, and resistance are not your enemies, they're your teachers. They're here to show you where you're being called to grow, to push you out of your comfort zone, and to prepare you for the incredible mission ahead. But you have to choose. You have to choose to move forward, even when it's hard, even when it's hard, even when it's scary, even when you feel like you're not ready. Because the truth is, the world doesn't need you to be perfect, it needs you to be you. It needs your light, your gifts, your purpose. So, let me leave you with this question: if you could move past every fear, every doubt, and every ounce of resistance, what would your life look like? What impact could you make? The next part of this journey is about stepping fully into that vision, about aligning every aspect of your life with your purpose and creating a legacy that lasts long after you're gone. Now, we've reached the point where it all comes together: the truths you've embraced, the gifts you've harnessed, and the chains of fear, doubt, and resistance you've begun to break. But the question remains: what happens next? What does it look like to live fully as a chosen one, to align every aspect of your life with your purpose and to leave a legacy that ripples far beyond your lifetime. This is where the real transformation begins, not just in your thoughts, but in your actions, in the way you show up in the world every single day. To live as a chosen one means to live with intention. Everything you do, every decision you make, every word you speak must align with your higher purpose. But here's the thing, alignment isn't about perfection. It's not about getting everything right all the time. It's about consistency. It's about showing up every day with a commitment to becoming the person you were born to be. Let me ask you, are your daily actions reflecting your higher purpose, or are they being dictated by distractions, fears, or habits that no longer serve you? Because here's the truth, you can't create a legacy by accident. It requires focus, discipline, and a deep connection to your mission. The first step to alignment is clarity. You need to know, without a doubt, what you stand for and what you're here to do. This doesn't mean you need to have your entire life figured out, far from it, but you do need to connect with the essence of your mission. What lights you up? What breaks your heart? What unique gifts do you have that the world desperately needs? These are not random feelings, they are signposts pointing you toward your purpose. So, take a moment and ask yourself, if nothing were holding me back, what would I dedicate my life to? Once you have clarity, the next step is to take aligned action. This is where many chosen ones falter, not because they lack passion, but because they hesitate. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect conditions. But the truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment you have is now. And the only way to move forward is to start, even if it's messy, even if it's small. Remember, action creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. So, let me challenge you, what's one small step you can take today that aligns with your mission? It doesn't have to be groundbreaking, it just has to be real. But alignment isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you let go of. Living as a chosen one means releasing anything that pulls you out of your purpose. This might mean letting go of toxic relationships, outdated beliefs, or even parts of yourself that no longer serve your growth. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Because every time you say no to what doesn't align, you're saying yes to your higher self. So, ask yourself, what in your life needs to be released for you to step fully into your purpose? Now, let's talk about legacy, because this is the ultimate expression of living as a chosen one. Legacy isn't about fame or recognition, it's about impact. It's about the mark you leave on the world, the lives you touch, the seeds you plant that continue to grow long after you're gone. Your legacy begins with your daily choices. It's in the way you interact with others, the way you share your gifts, the way you inspire those around you. And here's the secret, you don't have to change the entire world to create a legacy. You just have to change your world. Because when you show up fully as yourself, living in alignment with your purpose, you create a ripple effect that touches everyone you encounter. So, let me ask you, what legacy are you building right now? And how will it live on after you're gone? To live as a chosen one is to rise above the noise, the fear, and the distractions of the world. It's to embrace your gifts, trust your intuition, and boldly walk the path you were born to walk. It's not an easy journey, but it's the only one worth taking. And here's the most important truth of all, you were chosen for a reason. Your life, your experiences, your struggles, they've all prepared you for this moment. The world needs your light, your voice, your unique magic. So, stop waiting, stop doubting, step into your power, and let your legacy begin.